Hello everyone, this is In-Game Mars. We're doing another unboxing breakdown demo. As you can see right now, there's something not going right on the screen. Well, it turns out there's a massive bug on the Heavy Rain disc where the game will not be able to function. It will flicker out of control like this at the beginning of the game, and when you start playing, it will be so choppy you can't barely even play. Well, it's a bug in the game, and what you need to do to fix this bug is turn off your console completely, and then should I say install the game, completely shut off your console completely, or restart it back up, and it should function just fine. Now give it some time to install the game and everything after you've turned it back on, because it needs to like reinitiate itself, because I noticed a few choppy of sounds when the game was playing smoothly again. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like and what they need to experience to look out for if you're seeing this. Now, Quantum Dream knows about it, and they're already going to release a patch to fix it. So now, as you can see, after I've done the turn off, it's running perfectly smooth and much better. Now, you might hear a few audio drops, like now has stutters right here. It's because the game hasn't fully installed yet. Just letting you know, so that way you're not freaking out about it. The basically rundown of the problem is that they released the game with this massive bug, and they didn't do a proper checkup on the game when they released it. Now, they will release in a patch, and I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but it should have been working right at the beginning. But to let you know, that's the quick way to fix it, is to uninstall, to turn off your console completely, and then restart it back up. I hope this helps everybody. If you're still experiencing problems, I guess you're going to just have to wait for the patch. They should have had this fixed at the beginning, before they released it. It upsets me that this disc will forever have a problem like this. Also, let you know that this is the bare bones version of Heavy Rain. It does not have any of the DLC on the disc. So bear that in mind if you're picking up, or if you have the PS3 version already on hand. Now, I guess we can do a little rundown about Heavy Rain if you've never played it. Heavy Rain is more of like a mystery solving like game where a crime has happened, and you got to figure out who's the criminal of it, the origami killer. You play as several characters within the game. There's more than just one, and if someone dies within the game, it's not a game over. It's just a branching of a different story, because that character is no longer existing in the universe. You can go back into it and experiencing new ways, see what you could and could have not done to experience the game. Now, it's a very more interactive experience than more of a game. As you can see in the gameplay right now, I'm about to show you here, it's more of like a quick time event and just pressing buttons here and there to experience it. I know I did have a rough time, because I did find out my controller wasn't working really right. So if you see me messing up here, don't bitch at me. But it's more of just a simple design way of doing it's more of an interactive experience. So if you like ever played like the game like The Walking Dead, or Until Dawn, or any of those kinds of games where it's more of an interactive experience than actually a full-fledged game, then you would really enjoy these two games of Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain. Now, I strongly prefer Heavy Rain as my most favorite one, but there's nothing wrong with Beyond Two Souls. So it does disappoint me that there's a big bug like this on the Heavy Rain copy, the physical copy. I want to let you know this is a Power Region game, so don't worry, it will work on American or any console, no matter where you're from or what platform you're using. As long as it's a PS4, it will work. Now, I don't really want to tell you too much about the story of Heavy Rain, because almost anything I tell you would be a massive spoiler to the game. So just to give you, like I said, the big summary I can give you is a big like crime mystery solving kind of thing, where you play as a detective, and you play as a father, and you play as another detective, an FBI detective, and then you play also a female in the lead. Now, that's all the characters I can quite remember in all the game. Now, I did play this way back in the PS3, and there has been a few reports of game crashing here and there as you're playing it. So bear that in mind in case you're playing it. Now, they haven't released no updates yet to fix this problem since I made this video, so if you're experiencing problems, try to hold on to it in the game. You don't got a bad copy, it's just they released a broken game at launch. Now, I don't think there's going to be any physical version in the US anytime soon. I believe this is going to be another Power Region physical only, so if you're going to want to have to get a copy, you're going to have to import it. Like I said, Heavy Rain's more of an interactive experience. You need to know that when you're going into it. If you're expecting to go in there playing like a massive gameplay, a massive immersion in gameplay style,
then
it's not something for you. But if you're looking for a very rich gaming not gaming experience, but a more of an interactive experience where you're playing in the shoes of characters who are going through a massive ordeal or trying to do mystery solving, then this is the game for you. I appreciate all forms of gaming of all kinds, and I do appreciate this one. It's nice to play a game that will more of a lay back and see what happens experience than you being the one in control of all the experience. Now, you do have, like I said, this game has many branching stories and many branching endings to it, depending on how you play and what you say and what you do. So that's very intriguing, and I do appreciate that kind of stuff. So that gives you a feel of your own experience in the game. These are pre-recorded as I'm doing a messaging, if you didn't know. So, so as I try to explain, is that it's all about your joysticks and R1 button figuring out how to get it to work right. So, this was just Heavy Rain's quick summary. I didn't want to spoil anything in my videos. So now we're going to go ahead and jump to Beyond Two Souls. Beyond Two Souls is from the same company as Quantum Dream. And it didn't do as well as Heavy Rain in terms of like popularity, but I've never actually really played Beyond Two Souls back on the PS3. I never got around to it. I was busy doing other stuff. Now, I have heard that this game has actually it's like a break off of stories, like where the beginning and then like you start at one point and you start another point and you start another point, and it's not all within chronological order. Now in this newer one, you can play it in chronological order, where you can play from with the beginning stories to all the way to the end, instead of it being broken into pieces. I have heard a lot of people say you should play it in the remix version, but if you still wanted to play it back in its original format they made back on the PS3, you have the option. So that's always appreciated. More options is always better. It plays just like Heavy Rain, where it's like decisions you're making and the choices you make, and from your actions of what you choose to do. So it's not much in anything newer or different here. But this game actually has a feature where instead of online play, it's got like a online feature where it shows you the decisions you've made and shows what other people online have made decisions on. So that's kind of cool to see what you did and what other people mostly lean to do. So it's kind of cool to see what your choices you choose to do compared to other people choose to do. Now, again, this is a heavy influence on story, so if I try to talk about any about the story, it could be massive spoilers, and I don't want to spoil anything in my breakdown for you guys of the product. But just to summarize it, you play as a little a female. I don't even know if I should even give names because I'm feared of any kind of spoiler. But she has a special, unique, and special abilities that are unnatural. And you have to start from the very beginning with her when she's a little girl and experience all the trauma and the ordeal she's going to experience through her abilities, should I say. So, as you can see, she just threw a cup without her touching it. So, bear that in mind in this game. It's got a mix of horror into it and a mixture of action and all that stuff. So, as I said, I've never fully played Beyond Two Souls to the finish to the end. But what little I've played on the PlayStation 4, it does seem like a great and immersive gaming experience. Now, I have heard it can be a little clunky, but all the Quantum Dream gameplay is a little clunky in my personal experience, but never bad. They're very, very rich in stories. So, as I've said, a good kind of game to go probably even grab popcorn and get some friends together and stuff like that and watch it as like an actual movie. There's not much else I can really explain about Beyond Two Souls other than it's almost just like Heavy Rain, where you just input certain commands to interact with certain things, certain joystick motions to make certain things open and close, and expect several items and talk to certain characters. So there's nothing that can be really emphasized about than what you've already experienced from Heavy Rain or what you've already seen. Now, as again, I don't want to spoil too much, so this is just a quick summary of everything. Other than that, there's nothing else I can really explain about Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain. Now, Quantum Dream's Beyond Two Souls works just fine. There's no bugs. I didn't experience any problems with the startup of the game and everything. You don't have to do that, turn off the console. Only do that with the Heavy Rain. It works perfectly fine on the Beyond Two Souls, so no fear on that. Other than that, this does not come with no special features or anything other than the fact that you can play in the remix mode. So it doesn't got like any of the bonus content that maybe they released on the PS3, which I'm not 100% sure because I didn't follow Beyond Two Souls. Man, if I can only talk right. Other than that, I mean, it's a great game, so I highly recommend you look into buying a copy. I want to give it my green light, but due to the fact it's got the bad game of the Heavy Rain, I want to give it a yellow light because it's not a, I want to tell you to go off and buy a PS3 version. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it the green light since they got to work around to get it fixed. So yeah, look up Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain Collection. So thank you all for watching. I'll leave the descriptions below if you want to look for a copy, and hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me out a lot and encourages me to do better, and I appreciate all your love and support, and I want to keep making this show even better for you and giving you better content. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.